Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, 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 everybody. Welcome to today's discussion. Really excited about today when we are talking about being in the present, being in the now, living in our joy, our inspiration, and just being aware how we actually go between past and future and past and future and past and future, which keeps us from the now. Rebecca, hello to you. Good morning. Good morning. Blushing already, and I see all the hearts. Oh my God. This tells me that you are all here to play. We are all here to play. There is nothing that I love more than the willingness to go inside and the willingness to become self-aware and the willingness to take accountability for the life that you live and create the life that you desire. I'm so excited. Monica, good morning. First time here with you. I do my best to live in the now. Monica, fantastic. And what we want to do is just move us all to be living in the now and honoring our past and honoring our future, accepting our past, accepting our future, surrendering to the past, surrendering to the future, which allows us to be present. Because when there is no resistance, we're just in the present. We're in the now. Christine, good now. Manal and Kat, hello, good now. Fantastic now, Christine. It's so wonderful to see you. Rebecca, you have a dear friend there. Yes, Bean has decided to join us this fine morning when he's afternoon, evening, whatever time zone it might be. Time. It's all about time. Good morning. Hello, Valerie, to you. So where do we want to go? This is a really big topic. And it's funny because we do have the topic of time coming up. And basically this is about time. It's more than about time. It's about presence. It's about acceptance. It's about surrender. I can already see what the theme is. I can already see this theme. Christine, hello to you. It's fantastic to see you too. Kathy, good morning from Utah. Hello, Utah. Hello, Utah. Okay, so how does this all make you feel? What have you already become aware of? How are you tethered to the past? What is keeping you tethered to the past? What is keeping you tethered to the past? Yamina, hello to you. Rebecca, yes, it's exciting. It is excited. Anytime we can become aware of how we treat and deal with time, and time comes up in a lot of our inspirations. Today we're dealing with it head on. So it comes up in all of our inspirations. So today we're going to become more aware, so we can release and live. Just like Sporty Jen says, hello from the present moment. Hello. Fantastic. Brenda, good morning to you. Kathy, thank you. And I love all of your energy. I feed off of your energy. Usually we don't wake up so quickly, but everybody's coming in with some beautiful energy and desire to grow. So let's talk about the past. Angela, hello to you, and Carmen from Toronto, a fellow Canadian and an American too. Okay. How do we hold the past? Let's go straight to it. We're going to talk about the past, we're going to talk about the future, and then letting go of our conditioning, our attachment, our pain from the past allows us to go to the now. So we went straight to it. We keep talking about it. It's about acceptance, surrender, releasing, letting go of the past and the future. So let's figure out what's keeping us attached. Rebecca, it may be me where I am now. It made me where I'm. Yes, the past made you where you are now. The past is a fantastic gift. Every experience, if you recognize that every experience has made you the woman, the man, the person, the being, the energy, the soul, the spirit, the mind that you are, then you recognize, ooh, the past is a gift. The past is beautiful. The past is. The past is. So Yamina, nostalgia keeps me going there. So what does nostalgia mean? Nostalgia means missing something. Nostalgia means that something you won't get it back. So why is the past keeping you go deeper with me, Amina? Go deeper. And anybody else, that nostalgia. So me, my babies have grown up and I find myself at times going back to, did I really appreciate those days when they were babies in their crib, in their toddler? Was I too tired to appreciate the gift that I had before me? I've been going there. I have been going there. And with it was self-doubt, regret, self-judgment. I've noticed that. And then when I do it, I try to nip it in the butt. So Yamina, what nostalgia is keeping you there, and everybody else, when that triggered a feeling of nostalgic feeling, which is a bit painful. It's like something you'll not get back. Nostalgia isn't positive. Nostalgia has a flavor of positive, but actually in there's a loss and regret. Valerie, I've been revisiting childhood memories, a lot of pain. I'm attached to all the feelings because it takes time to heal, but it's so overwhelming. So Valerie, the good news is, on our journey to spirituality, our journey to wholeness, on our journey to alignment, we do need to break down the past. So the fact that you're doing it is an indication of your desire to grow. So if you can start holding that as, instead of something negative, but recognizing that it's part of the journey of growth and expansion, boom, beautiful. There is no regret there. There's a sense of curiosity, a sense of exploration, a sense of understanding, self-understanding, understanding the conditioning of the pain, and what pain have you attached to it, and sort of letting go of all that. So Valerie, let's talk about the pain. What kind of pain does it invite? What kind of pain? And who are you directing and projecting that pain to? To yourself or to others? Because if it's to others, then there's a bit of a victim going in there, which is wonderful to understand because that's part of the conditioning. So instead of holding it as overwhelming, which I recognize it is overwhelming, I'm going to talk about on the spiritual level what we all want to get towards to help us to the surrender and the acceptance, is looking at it from a place of curiosity, intrigue, understanding of your conditioning, and desire to untangle for it to fall into acceptance and surrender. Valerie, how does that feel? And let's talk about the pain, because everybody that knows me knows that the way to get past, we can understand things. I go to my bodies because I always point them, for those of you that are new. Egoic body is where we hold our identity and our beliefs. Mental body, our thoughts and mental processing. Our emotional body is where we carry our emotions. And our physical being is our judgment on our physicality and our physical feelings. So the emotional body is the key to acceptance and surrender. We might know things, but until we feel it, we're not going anywhere. So together we start to understand awareness on these two bodies, and then shift the feeling. And then when we shift the feeling, everything just surrenders and acceptance. So Valerie, the first shift that I can invite is, instead of overwhelming, it's curious. It's a scientific project. It's an exploration of my past and the understanding of the conditioning and the pain that has layered on top of that conditioning, and trying to look at, how do I detangle from that, and how do I understand the person it's made me be, and the person that I want to continue to evolve to be, Valerie and everybody, how does that taste? How does that feel? Okay, Rebecca, compassion for who and where we were. Compassion is the name of the game, Rebecca. Compassion, love, appreciation, gratitude, compassion. They're all the same words for love. But again, we can intellectually know that compassion is this way to go, but until we feel it. How many times you guys have been on Insight, on these inspirations, where I get in trouble for going too quickly to putting love on the past, too quickly of saying, looking at something as a celebration of the past when there's still pain there. So compassion has to be at the right time, or received from the, am I saying this right? Do you guys get the essence of what I'm saying? That we all have to feel it, because when we're in pain, it's hard to feel love. So we have to change and shift the lens of how we're seeing things to be able to receive and feel the compassion and love. How does that feel? Did that land how I expected it to land or how I wanted it to land? Talk to me, Sporty Jen. Nostalgia is linked to good times you've had with loved ones that you hold dearly and you could no longer have. There we go. I haven't talked about this for a while, but there's this limited consciousness, this feeling that there's a limitation, that we can't get more. So nostalgia, Sporty Jen, you hit it right, the hammer right on the nail. You hit it. It's that you can no longer have. That there's loss. That there will not be a pleasure and a fulfillment. That you won't be filled. And yes, when people pass, which I know, Sporty Jen, there's so much loss in your life of loved ones on the physical, they're still here on the spiritual, I believe, and I invite you to believe, but you won't have those good times with those loved ones. So there is that cup will no longer fill, that particular cup could no longer fill of physical engagement with those loved ones. But there's other cups that can fill with an abundance of love and good times and happiness. And it's when we recognize that this cup was full and now we're filling other cups and not see that cup as empty and that you'll never be able to fill that cup is the shift that we want to move to. Again, we'll get here mentally and egoically, but we want to invite that shift emotionally. Sporty Jen, how did that feel? How did that feel? And did that fill you? And did that you recognize that cup is full? That cup is full. And you can go and drink from that full cup at any moment, not from a place of nostalgia and loss, but from a place of, wow, not even had. Look at the time, the past, I had. But I have and hold such beautiful love from these relationships that filled me dearly. And I just really appreciate that God has blessed me, or plug in your word, with so many beautiful people and families and memories that are just so beautiful. And I have them. See the distinction between had and the feeling with I had it and the nostalgia? And I have it, because it's all here within. It's all here within. And when we connect with it within, we invite more of it. So Sporty Jen, how does that feel? And Yamina, I like how you put here undeservedness. And there is a feeling that we don't deserve, and worthiness. So Yamina, you make me bring in my 3. I believe as humans, we're here for the plight of 3. One is for us to reconnect with our unconditional worthiness, which is what you're calling, Yamina, undeservedness. We are all worthy. We are all unconditionally worthy. How do we? This life experience is to teach us that worthiness, that we are worthy of love and happiness, and that our cup wasn't full of people in the past and we can't be full now because of loss. No. We are unconditionally worthy as this journey continues, and it's our detangling from our conditioning that allows us to recalibrate to that worthiness. 2, freedom. We are free. We are so free, but we are conditioned to believe otherwise. So let's watch as how we all come back into recognizing the beauty of our freedom. And that's one of my greatest joy rides in life, is the recognition of my freedom and my alignment with my inner power, because I am powerful, as all of you are. We are all powerhouses. We have infinite, unconditional light and love and power within us, and we get to come in to align with it. And number 3, I like to use love, but love is distorted in this human journey. So I say love, happiness, peace, joy. Plug in the word that you like, but it's all what we are ultimately unconditionally love. So all of these conditioning from the past teaches us to go back to those 3. Okay, fantastic. So Sporty Jen, how can you move that good times into have, not had? So today, that's our thesis, everyone. Now I recognize our thesis that everything that had or was is. Any judgment of things going gone, we have. Any judgment of things being bad, it is. Any things of being things so good we can never get it again is acceptance. Acceptance. How does that feel? Okay, Angela, feel to heal. Beautiful. Feel to heal. I love it. I love it. Brenda, could you please unpack a bit more? Unpack what a bit, Brenda? What? That was a few minutes ago because I went on a tangent. Let me know. I know that you have another comment under there. I'll come to it, so maybe you'll help me see what it is. Rebecca, what if we already had the best we are going to have? Lack of trust. Rebecca, beautiful. The best is yet to come. If we truly believe what I believe the human journey is about, growth and expansion, we are continuously here to grow and expand. We are here to grow and expand. That means the best is continuously coming. That means our alignment with the beauty and the expansion of our inner strength is continue to grow and expand. That means every moment is beautiful and every moment is infinite and every moment is unconditional and it continues to expand and grow and expand. And I don't know if that's a contradiction or not. Tell me if that's a contradiction. But if we're here to grow and expand and every moment is perfect, that means the next moment is perfect. It's infinite where it's not measured. Infinite is there's no limitness to infinite. So every moment of now is infinite and the next moment will be a growth and expansion of the infinite, which infinite is the biggest number. So there is no growth and expansion for infinite, but the now is infinite. Did I go into a loop and did you guys like that loop? So Rebecca, you hit it on the nail. It's the lack of trust. And then Rebecca, let's go deeper. Everybody join. What are we not trusting? What are we not trusting? And I think we're going to go back to what we come to with every inspiration. So everybody tells me that. Yamina, that again says undeservedness. That got us on that thing. Valerie, yes, absolutely. I've never allowed myself to go there. I never allowed myself to go there. Where did Valerie not go? Let me see. It does feel like it's an empowering thing. It's empowering, abundance of the universe. I'm scrolling as I read, it's scrolling past. Okay. It does feel like it's an empowering thing to visit my past and give myself acknowledgement for everything that I felt when I was younger. I felt out of place and I still do now. Fantastic. Conditioning. How do you feel in place with you? You don't need a place with anybody other than you, and you will attract those that love and understand you. When I was younger, I felt out of place and I still do now, but there's a lot of anger towards my parents. Beautiful. That's the victim. And again, they probably weren't perfect. None of us are. We're human. Even my children will point at me and point at where I was imperfect. And you know what I grace myself with? I'm human, and they don't like it, but I'm like, I'm human, guys. I'm doing my best, and I know that my intention of love and my purity of love for you and for my desire for better is what's driving me. And so I know at the end of the day we're going to calibrate to truth, but we're not perfect. We're human. So yes, your parents are and likely have done things that were not optimal in feeding you those three: unconditional worthiness, freedom, and love. But guess why? Because they're human and they were conditioned and their parents were conditioned and their parents were conditioned, and it's part of the human journey. And if we can start to look at it instead of judgment, that word, I think it was you, Rebecca, that said compassion. Was it you, Rebecca, that said compassion? Then you recognize, ooh, I'm going to love my past and love my parents and see that everything is here towards my growth and expansion. This is part of the human journey. It's the journey. And how do I master the journey? How do I master? And it depends on where we are in our spiritual journey, how we go back and start unpacking the past. And in the beginning, we'll feel like a victim, and it's natural and it's okay and it's good. It's good because it's how we start unpacking. That's how we start crawling towards our understanding. It's that crawling. And then we start to recognize, oh, I feel like a victim, but I don't want to be a victim. So that's us standing up and falling down. And then we say, oh, I thought I was a victim. I recognize I don't want a victim, and now I don't feel like a victim. But I honor the pain that I went through. And then that's us sort of walking unsteady. And then we're like, oh, that wasn't pain. That was the stepping stones towards the growth and the expansion to make the person that I am, that allows me to be a person of appreciation and gratitude, and understand that I go within rather than externally, that I recognize that I find the pleasure in life from inside rather than from people around me. Wow, if that experience didn't occur, I would not be the person I am, and I would not understand life the way it is. Now, is that not powerful? Is not out there powerful? And wherever we are on that spiritual journey, we honor it. We honor it until we shift and we feel, and we shift and we feel, and we shift and we feel, until we feel more and more in alignment with our truth. And your truth is different than my truth. Each of us have our own unique truths. So I can't tell you your truth. I can ask you what your truth is. I can tell you what your truth feels like. I can get some insight because I'm observing. But at the end of the day, only you know your truth. But together we're going to find our truth and sing our truth and radiate our truth and love our truths. How does that feel, everybody? How does that feel? Okay, Valerie, that was in the middle of what you're talking about. So we can let go of that anger, but feeling the anger. Anger now is strange and new. Fantastic. There's lots of sadness. And we talked about in the last inspiration that Valerie was actually always holding her anger as sadness and depression because she wasn't allowing herself to feel anger. But there's so much power in feeling the rainbow of emotions, and the recognition of anger, and particularly suppressed anger, not projecting it at anybody, not projecting it to the external world, but recognizes this is something I repressed within me. I repressed my anger, and there's actually some power to feel it. It's so empowering to feel it. Anger is actually, and fear is what usually motivates a parent to do something, or anybody to save other people. Usually it's that fear, anger, frustration that usually gets us to speak our voice when we're not able to. So there's a lot of power to those emotions when we use them correctly. It's when we repress them and repress them and repress them, they then come out in spurts. I usually call it emotional vomiting. I call it emotional vomiting a lot. I don't know if I've ever said it on any of the inspirations, but sometimes I say to some of my friends, particularly there's strong spiritual ones that sometimes have built up and kept things out, me, and then all of a sudden, like this emotion and energy comes out, and it's almost like you're throwing it up and it's coming up and you're like, holy crap, was that me? That's me. I don't react like that. But when you keep it all in there and you don't allow it to come out, it comes out in these bursts. So when you're starting to feel that anger, recognize it and celebrate it. And celebrate when your sadness, or what you label as depression, starts to show up as anger or frustration, because that means you're moving up higher and higher and higher in that vibrational scale. How does that feel? How does that feel? I feel the desire to acknowledge my inner child because I feel like she was never really seen. Fantastic. Who needs to see her? You need to see her. Beautiful. When I was a child, like she was misunderstood. I've also noticed loneliness pairs with the sadness. Beautiful. Beautiful. For not being seen. So that loneliness and that sadness are partners. Beautiful. I felt alone and different all my life, and see how it's playing out in the present makes me feel hopeless. Then I go to the future thinking till it'll get better. Valerie, it will get better now. All of these awarenesses are a powerful for you to start to shift. It starts with awareness, and in that awareness you will feel all of the emotion. We cannot grow without feeling, because it's the feeling that's directing us towards our growth. So what I would just suggest and offer, what you just said, you hold it with curiosity, with intrigue, with exploration, and you recognize this is all leading me to the light. This is leading me to self-understanding. This is leading me to detangling from the conditioning. And when you hold it as a, wow, this is a piece, this is a clue, I discovered a clue, then you start to hold it from a place of like liberation and freedom. How does that feel, Valerie? And how does that feel, everybody? Brenda, I'm wondering how we might apply to moving forward after toxic experiences in harm. Okay, Brenda, no different than what I was just talking to about Valerie, and I might have already answered it, is first of all, okay, there's 5 steps. I'm going to talk about the 5 steps. I haven't talked about the 5 steps yet. And I don't think I've talked about them in a while. And I don't know why I'm always on here, always itching my nose. All of a sudden I start getting itchy nose. Okay, I wonder what that means. We'll figure that out. Okay, first is awareness. So right now you're talking about a toxic experience and harm. So first let's become aware. So let's take a deep breath. I want everybody to invite, and Brenda, everybody, but Brenda asked the question, so I'm going to specifically speak to the language that Brenda spoke to, but invite some experiences that were maybe harmful, toxic is the words that Brenda uses. Valerie, you're talking about your past, feeling alone. Just invite some experiences. We've been talking about the past that we're holding on to. And become aware of how you feel. And I don't want you to overindulge in the feeling. You're now a third person observing. And I want you to observe how you feel. This is what I call resistance. Pain, anger, sadness, loneliness. Just like Valerie just walked through and became aware of how she was holding her past. Now, as you become aware, what I also want you to become aware of how you're holding it. So Brenda invited us to hold it from a place of toxic experiences and harm. And in the physical, that was the physical reality. Through your humaning and your journeying, that's how it felt. So we're going to honor the feelings of that. But now we're looking for shifting. So what we're going to do is shift first of looking at if we can fly a bit higher. So the lens is going to go higher, perhaps to the egoic lens, with a recognition that everything that has happened is for my growth and for my expansion. And start to see whether your invitation for shifting it out of bad into growth, whether there's resistance there or not. So there might not be resistance, and if it's not, boom, fantastic. If there is resistance to shifting it, to looking at that you grew from it, then let's explore that resistance. So did you catch me on that? Because we have layers and layers and layers of resistance. Valerie sort of talked to it. She talked about the layer of sadness, and then over that was anger, and then over that was a loneliness. I don't know if I was redundant there, but she had sadness, anger, loneliness. She has layers and layers and layers and layers. What we need to do is slowly work through the layers. I sort of talked about last time about when I used to gift for my baby girls when they were babies and when they were younger. Anyway, it doesn't matter. One Direction tickets is the example I gave last time, because I didn't want to give it to them in an envelope. They knew that it was what they wanted and that I get them the One Direction ticket. That envelope went in a box, 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 and all of those were wrapped, and they got to keep unwrapping until at the end they got that little envelope with the tickets. And so there's layers and layers and layers and layers for them to ultimately get the gift, the One Direction tickets. Brenda, our feelings, how we hold things are layers and layers and layers. And we're going to keep working till we get through those layers. And some of those layers are victim, and some of those layers are toxic, some of those layers are pain, some of those layers, and it's going through the egoic level, the mental level, and the emotional level, and the physical level. And we're going to start to let go and start to look at those layers. And each of those layers are not bad. Just like you're saying, shifting from bad to growth is so powerful. Thanks so much. So Brenda, it seems like we hit the question, but it's like, okay, let's look at the layers. How many layers? If you've got 20 layers, who cares? If you got 50 layers, who cares? If you got 150 layers, who cares? Who cares? I don't care how many layers you got. I don't care. I'm going to keep unwrapping with you, because you know what? Unwrapping is fun. And it's why we're here. Take off a layer, take off a bow. take off a ribbon, open the box. Wow, this is such beautiful flamingo wrapping paper. Boom, 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 take it off. Oh my God, these ducks are adorable. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my God, unworthiness. Dun, dun, dun. Oh my God, I'm holding myself as a victim. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my goodness, I don't feel like I'm worthy of love. I don't deserve love. Dun, dun, dun. Oh my God, I feel so lonely. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, there I am. I'm aligned with the beauty of my inner power, and I am marvelous. I am infinitely powerful. I am connected to love and light, and I feel it. Oh, it feels amazing. How does that feel, everybody? How does that feel? You mean I feel a big shift? My past was very beautiful, beautiful. And again, I'm going to remind you all, we can't intellectualize this. It's not intellectual. It's a feeling. And these meditations or inspirations or whatever the heck we want to call them, we do it from emotion. And we do it because we hear truth and we shift through compassion. And everything I'm saying sounds like truth. Because if it doesn't feel like truth, guess what you're going to feel? Resistance. Anytime you hear something that is not aligned with truth, you feel resistance, layers and layers and layers and layers. And that's why we get the layers of resistance. And then our moms and dads and our uncles and our aunts and our brothers and our sisters and our families and our friends and society. God bless us all. God bless us all. That's sarcastic, guys. We teach each other. We're not worthy. We're not free. We're not happy. We're not loved. We teach each other. We teach each other. That's part of love. That's part of life. Sporty John. Unwrapping can be exhausting though. I think I need lots of self-compassion, patience with it because it's so easy to fall back in and not unwrap. Yes, Sporty Jen, it is until it's not. It is until it's not. How's that? Because there's resistance to it still. So it is until it's not. I'm going to keep saying that until you all say to me, you're right. It's exhausting until it is, until it's not. I used to hate doing laundry. I used to hate cleaning the kitchen. I used to hate unloading the dishwasher. Still sort of do. So I get my son to do it. Evil laugh, you guys. You know the evil Manel comes out sometime. What's the evil laugh? Oh my God. The forks and spoons, particularly, sometimes I don't mind them and sometimes I do. But anyway, the point is, I used to hate it. Do you know why? Because I had to do it. I have to clean the kitchen. I have to do my laundry. I have to. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. One day, somehow it shifted for me to wait till I'm ready to do it. And guess what, guys? I do it all the time from a place of flow. What I used to hate, I now don't even hold a judgment on, and I only do when I do it. And yesterday I washed the dishwasher twice because I hadn't done it for days, and I didn't even judge myself. Sort of. I didn't like the dirty dishes in the sink because I usually don't do that. But I didn't feel like it the last couple of days, and I just didn't really hold that, gotta rush. It's like, Manal, you know the kitchen will be clean when it will be clean. Did my laundry, and then in spurts, all of a sudden I'll be on the phone with somebody for an hour, and I'm like, okay, here's some dead time. I'll talk in the hour. I think it was my niece that called me, and I'm like, okay, unloaded the dishwasher, filled it, washed it, did my laundry, boom, 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 in that beautiful morning. Felt fantastic. So it's that resistance. So Sporty Jen, yes, it's going to be exhausting until it's not. And that exhausting layer is another layer of resistance. Can I tell you that being tired is an emotion? It is an energy. It is not just physical, it's an emotion. And I spent years of detangling from being tired. Detangling, years. It's an emotion. Rebecca, until you decide it's not exhausting. Exactly. And again, it's not just a decision. I'm going to invite you all to shift here, but it's shifting here in the emotional body. It's feeling it. And Andrea says, hello, good morning, beautiful, and everyone. Good to be here. Fantastic. I hate washing windows. Yes, I do too. We can outsource things that we don't like too. I outsource the things that I don't like. But going back to you, Sporty Jen, going back. You talked about in the attaining your authentic life, you said my washing machine broke and I usually would have been like upset. And I was like, getting a new one. So that's muscling. We are muscling together. You guys, today's a really powerful one because we're talking about all the concepts so early and we're only in 34, 33 seconds into this. And we're talking about all the concepts. Boom, 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 boom. So you guys are all powerful. You guys are making us hit it right at it, right at it. Margot, what would you say about recognizing the patterns of what we have after you've unwrapped all those layers? Many aren't good. Margot, that's exactly what I guide us towards, is looking at, I call them cookie cutters, okay? I have all these different terms that those that follow a lot know the terms that we say, and then it sort of like conditions us to understanding. I call them cookie cutters. Those cookie cutters are gonna keep happening and happening and happening and happening. Step one is awareness. Until two, you acknowledge the greater desire, to acknowledge what it's leading you to, till you grow, till you accept and surrender. So the growth is it leading you towards unconditional worthiness, freedom, or love? What is that cookie cutter teaching you? That cookie cutter is going to happen over and over and over and over again in different flavors, but it's the same set of energy, vibrational energy, until you acknowledge, like, oh, that's what it is. Oh, I don't think I'm worthy. I'm worthy. Oh, I think I have no control and I'm not free. Oh, I do. That was mine. Mine kept happening and happening until I realized, oh, freedom is within me. Oh, I kept making the story of being, I was controlled and I wasn't free and I wasn't free to be. It still plays out in different ways, in small ways, but the spiciness of it is much less. But I still have that vibration going on in different ways, which is very interesting. So that is the name of the game, Margot. That's the name of the game. And you look at these cookie cutters, you look at it until you say, oh, acknowledge the deeper meaning. And then 3, appreciation, compassion. The shift has been happening. The shift happens with appreciation. You guys, I focus, but every now and then I see the comments that come out if I'm not scrolled. And Gary asked, has there been Evil Manel yet? Yes, she came out. Evil Manal makes her son unload the dishwasher sometimes when she doesn't like it. Evil Manal has come out. Okay, so step 3, appreciation. No shift will occur without appreciation. No shift. No shift. And then step 4, let go. Let go. After you see the cookie cutter, Margot, boom, boom, boom. Oh, here's my cookie cutter of victim. Tuk. Here's my cookie cutter of not being good enough. Tuk. Here's my cookie cutter that I am to blame. Tuk. It's like, oh, I acknowledge that I'm worthy, I am free, that I am happy, that I am loved, that I'm worthy, that I deserve. And then, oh my God, this is part of the human journey. This is amazing. This is what we're here for. We are just journeying. We are journeying. And oh my God, isn't this amazing? Isn't it so curious how I've got this cookie pattern? And then, oh my God, when I look at my mom, she's got that cookie pattern. And I look at my grandma, she's got the cookie cutter. Oh my God, this is fascinating. I just really appreciate the complexity and the beauty of life. Now I'm going to just let go. I can just let go. Step 4 is just let go. And then step 5 is acceptance and surrender. So Margot, yes, when you see it, fantastic. Celebrate it and just look at the 5 steps, Beautiful. Okay, I know I missed stuff above, which I usually do not like. I like to have it. Okay, Yamina, negative inner voices from childhood, which we internalize as ours. Beautiful. Awareness. Embrace the light and the shadows. Beautiful. Brenda, telling our stories help us heal. Yes, telling our stories help us heal. And we do it from a place of empowerment. We do it from a place of knowing. We do it not from victim, but from like, sometimes I'll like call up my friends and say, hey, can you help me unpack this? Can you help me understand this? Can you help me recognize what the pattern is? Can you let me see what's going on here? And because they're more objective than them listening to me helps me unpack. So yes, sharing is part of the healing, but we're doing it from a place of self-responsibility. Taking responsibility for how we feel and how we show up in life. One of my favorites is, are you the actor or the reactor of life? Maybe we should do that soon, guys. We haven't done it in a while. Are you the actor or the reactor? Are you reacting to others? Or are you acting? acting. And I don't mean acting being actors and being fake. No, actor as in I am taking the steps that I want for the life that I desire. The life that I desire. That's what is Manal Matane. You guys know what Matane is? Matane is attaining the life you desire, attaining your authentic expression of who you are. And how did I get that? Manal means attainment in Arabic, so I put the M in front of attain, and there we go, Matane. That's what I'm here for. I am here because it just excites me to understand our human plight and our human journey, and for us all to understand what we're here for uniquely, and to attain the fullest expression of who we are. Because my expression is beautiful, and Casey, your expression is gorgeous, and Andrea, amazing, and Valerie, beautiful, and Gary and Margot, you guys are all brilliant. But me pretending to be Gary, Me pretending to be Casey, Me trying to express Andrea, heck no. People walking around trying to be Manal, first of all, would be damn scary. There's enough of me. And two, you wouldn't be authentic. You can't be me. Nobody can be me. My siblings can't even be me. I've got 3 brothers and we all show up so differently. Why? Genetics, birth order, conditioning, sex. By sex, not our sexual desires, but our gender. Probably gender would have been a better word, gender. But 3 are boys and 1 is a girl, so the 3 boys are still different. So it's more than just gender, but all of these things contribute to who we are. So we're all uniquely different, and we are uniquely brilliant, and I want all of us to have our light just shine. Just shine. Let's shine who we are. Casey, can you repeat the 5 steps? Yes. Step one is my favorite because it's the hardest. Awareness. When you feel like a victim and then you start to recognize that there's something in me that has been conditioned, and your willingness to do it is so powerful. And sometimes it's so hard because it hurts so much and you feel so much like a victim of life and circumstances, other ones and other people. Step 1, awareness, the hardest step. And I don't use the word hard. Most of you know that I try to remove a lot of words from our vocabulary, but I didn't say it was hard. I said it was hardest. So that's a relative word. So maybe I'm okay by saying it. But step 1, awareness. So what are you aware of? And we've got the 4 bodies, the egoic body, the mental body, emotional body, the physical body. Awareness on all 4 bodies, okay? Awareness. Step 2 is acknowledgement of the deeper desire. Why? What is it that the resistance? So step 1, you're becoming aware of resistance. And resistance is a gift to direct us to step 2 of our greater desire. So I feel like a victim. So what does that mean I want? I want freedom. I am unhappy. What does that mean I want? I want happiness. I feel like I don't have what I used to have. I don't deserve it. That means I'm unworthy. So there's the 3 of us, the 3 of them. And sometimes we won't go directly to the 3 on the acknowledgement, the worthiness, the freedom, the happiness. We might go to, I want to feel connection. But connection actually is it's like fractions, lowest common denominator. Loneliness is an 8, and then you can divide it by 4 and get a 2, and the 2 is worthiness or happiness or freedom. So the prime numbers, I'm really going off on this. The prime numbers are worthiness, freedom, and happiness. And then everything is a derivative of that. I'll stop. So step 2. Step 3 is appreciation. You recognize that this is just okay. This is okay. Life is exactly as it's meant to be. Rebecca, I'm an engineer, so sometimes things come out but a bit more technical than I intended. So step 3, appreciation. Appreciate the journey, appreciate the growth, appreciate the expansion, appreciate everything that's happening because it's part of the humaning journey. And the appreciation allows you to shift the resistance, step 1, the awareness, 2, the acknowledgement of what you want, and then you appreciate it. It allows you to shift it. Then step 4 is let go. Let go. That point, the energy just comes off you. Let go. And then step 5, which is really isn't a step, that you move into acceptance and surrender. And what is today all about? It's all about letting go of the past and the future and living in now. And what did I say from the beginning? It's acceptance, it's surrender, it's allowing, it's flowing, it's being, it's I am. How is that, Casey? Is that good? And is it Casey or Cassie? I think it would tell me Casey. If it's Casey, say 1. If it's Cassie, say 2. Yamina, your energy is amazing, Manal. You're so full of life. Fantastic. So it was Cassie. I think Cassie was 2. I think I said Cassie was 2. Cassie, say yes if it's Cassie. Cassie, say yes. All you need to do is say yes if it's Cassie. Beautiful. That was super helpful. Fantastic, Cassie. Yamina, let go of the need to be right, the need to win, and laugh at your problems daily, and don't be serious. Life is a short ride. Enjoy it. Beautiful, Amina, beautiful. And I'm going to say something too. Honor. Honor, 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 honor. Don't steamroll. Don't negate. Don't be toxic positivity. In the beginning, everybody's like, Manal's toxic positivity. And I was, something about it felt really bad. And I'm like, no. I'm telling you to honor your feelings. I'm telling you, but I'm just directing how to shift. And then I'm like, Now I know how to say no. It's not about toxic positivity. I teach self-empowerment. I teach how to shift from seeing something bad to seeing something either neutral or good. That's called empowerment, not toxic positivity. And toxic positivity is exactly as the adjective and noun is. It's toxic. It's toxic. So please don't ever believe I'm teaching toxic positivity. I am teaching empowering empowerment. How does that feel? Or I'm feeling organic life. Is that a redundant statement? I'm feeling organic empowerment, feeling freedom. I'm teaching worthiness. I'm teaching love. I'm teaching how to take responsibility and how to easily shift. I want us all to be able to easily shift. If anything bad happens and say, oh yeah, you're a human and you're on a human journey. How easy is that? How easy is that? Gary, now, what about health-related issues that aren't going to go away? Okay, first of all, Gary, I wouldn't hold it that way. But first of all, yes, we have our physical body. We have our physical body. We have our beautiful physical body. And in the human journey, there are physical, look at how I'm taking the time to find the word, experiences that teach us about unconditional worthiness, freedom, and love. Yes, there are. I have had physical. I will have physical. I am physical. You are physical. I truly believe that physical is a reflection of the emotional resistance. And there are books, and I can't even think about the one book that was written by a doctor about how he had prostate cancer, and he recognized that it was connected to his emotional pain from when he was younger, and there was sexual abuse. And then he said every physical, it's a really nice book about demonstrating, and there's so much, but this one is what's coming to my mind, that every physical pain is connected to an emotional. So for me, there's a few things. One, I want to see our body as unlimited, not limited, not unlimited. So yes, we're human. And yes, we have our physicality. And yes, as I said to my children, if you keep wanting to improve your sports like the way you are, you're going to be an Olympian at 10, and that's just not going to work. So I know there's physical limits to how fast humans can run. But guess what? People are always breaking that barrier. I know there's physical limitations to how far we can jump or how much we can carry or bench lift. But there are people that are always proving us on fields and on forums that show how they can take bodies to the next level. So the first thing I'd offer is let's recognize that our physical body is a manifestation of the 4, that we are one. We're a spiritual physical body. Number 1, Gary. So number 1, I would recognize that my physical, my emotional, my mental, and my spiritual egoic body are all one. So anything that's going on in my physical is a clue to what's going on the other bodies. Then I would use my physical body as awareness. Step 1 is awareness of my physical. Step 1 of what my physical body is telling me, and recognize what that physical relationship is to my emotional, my mental, and my beliefs. Oh, I'm aging. Oh, I'm old. Oh, I'm a woman. Oh, I'm a man. Oh, my shoulder has always hurt. Oh, I'm short. Oh, I'm ugly. Oh, I'm brown haired. Oh, my skin color is this. Oh, my hair is whatever it might be that you're holding towards your physical. Take it and look at the relationship between your physical and how you feel, your emotional. Fear. How many people are holding fear towards their health or their safety? How many people are angry about limitations that they might have in their body? What is the emotional relationship that you have? So Gary, and anybody that has anything health related, when you have that physical, what's the emotional corresponding? So this is what we always talk about as the deconstructing the key lime pie. Deconstructing the key lime pie. So Gary, you hit me with a big question, and I want everybody to share fear. There we go. Let's deconstruct the key lime pie. So we're worried about our physical, and that's fear. Gary, take it on. Fear of what? Fear of what? Let's go to your mental and your beliefs. What are your fears? Go to it. Go, go, go. I'm waiting. Fear. Valerie, physically I have judgments, insecurities. Fantastic. Fear of death. I told you guys early on that we were going to come to fear of death. It comes out in every inspiration. Every inspiration. I have a fear of this runaway hair that keeps going in my eye. Fear of death is the deepest fear a human may have. Yamina, fantastic. Fantastic. Gary, I'll take a look, but I can invite you that Yamina said is truth. It's fear of not having enough time. Some people say it from time. Fear of death. Fear of ending, fear of not being, fear of being, some people call it, somebody said to me the other day, Manal, I'm not scared of dying, but I'm scared of being incapacitated, like not being able fully in my body and being dependent on others. I said, that's just a form of fear of dying. You're just rationalizing, I'm not fear of death, but I'm fear of X, Y, and Z. But that's just, it's a derivative of the fear of death. It's a derivative. It's a derivative. So when we realize that our physical bodies is the greatest teacher for us to surrender to life, surrender. Surrender. And I will tell you, there are so many stories. Just Google it on YouTube. Google on YouTube. You'll see so many stories of people that were documented to have that they were going to die in X months. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and years later, they're still living. And then when you hear them, they say, I surrendered. They don't use the word surrendered, but they said, I shifted. I wasn't scared of it anymore. I decided I was going to make the most of life. Something happened, and they talk about what the shift was here. They surrendered and they accepted, and then they had a second chance. So Gary, what I would say is your physical body shares with you resistance that you hold in your emotional, your mental, and your egoic, and we are also humans, and our physical body is one of the greatest teachers. And it's going to teach us to know that we're worthy, to know that we're free, and to know that we're loved, and to surrender, So Gary, did that answer your question? Did that answer? Whew, Yamina, fear of change is another big fear. Yeah, Yamina, and I would say fear of change is fear of death, because change means that we're approaching something that's going to not always be the same, and that's then you recognize one day things will change and it will no longer be. So I think fear of change, and I can invite you to see how that aligns and resonates, that fear of change is a derivative of fear of death. And change, yes. And then again, what's the opposite of fear of change or fear of death? What's the opposite? I always like it to see the two sides of the coin, heads and tails. Wanted, not wanted. Yes, no. Good, bad. What's the other side of fear of change or fear of death? What's the opposite? What's the opposite? I would say the opposite is allowing, acceptance, trust. And I think I had that question of what is it that we're not trusting? And I think there's answers in there. We sort of gone off. I've gone off. I say we, but it's me. Steve, are you going to use me against myself? Sounds weird, but haven't been able to come up with the actual thinking fear. I hate, I guess, when people use you like being used. Okay, Steve, it's not you being used against you. It's the recognition that we are vibrational, and it's not you, it's the vibrational conditioning that is teaching you. So there's a subtlety that somebody, I was having a conversation with one of my spiritual friends, and I think we talked about this, and he said, Manal, we have no choice in the now. And technically, I agreed with him. Technically, we don't have a choice if we believe truly, if we believe in the law of attraction and we believe everything's a vibrational. Yes, in the now, what's coming out is a function of all the years of conditioning. And you might not really truly have a choice, but we do have a mind and we have a choice of this mind. And when this mind shifts, which sometimes takes time because there's different time dimensions, then with the shift in the mind, then there becomes a shift in the physical. And then we do have control and we can shift. I don't know if I lost you guys or if you like that, because sometimes I go like, did that come with you? So Steve, it's not using you against you, is recognizing the vibrational elements of your conditioning and looking at that to grow and expand. How is that? How is that? How is that? Everybody talk to me. Yamina, fear of surrender. Yes, true. And then Mari says fear of surrendering. And Yamina says embrace the unknown. Yeah, which I would say surrender, trust, allowing. And that's what today is all about. Getting into the now means we have to let go of the past and surrender. We have to let go of the past and accept. We have to let go of the past and allow and flow and be. How does that feel? How does that feel? How's everybody feeling? I know I've missed anything. This is at the time that I usually say, if I've missed something that you want me to say, put it back in the window. Yamina, let go of the need to be right, the need to win, and laugh at your problems. I read that. Okay, if I missed something above, you got to bring it back to the window if you want me to speak to it. Gary, I had a PSA test and it was higher than normal, but not dangerously high. It just sits on my mind, simmering like a pot of water. It could be nothing or it could be a real problem. I retest Friday. Fantastic. And then Gary, what I would do, I have had a test recently that was higher than normal, but not dangerously high. It's the exact same thing. I have actually had this exact same thing that just happened to me, and everything else was fantastically powerhouse. But there was one that wasn't high, but higher than normal. And so then I have recently gone through the same thing of just sort of, first of all, I toyed this taste. I like to tell you guys that it's tastes. I tasted the feeling of the concern, tasted the rationalization, became aware of it on my mind, like you're saying, simmering like a pot of water, recognized the taste of fear. Then I asked myself, what can I do? I came up with the mental questions. So I allowed my logical mind to deal with it. So for you, your logical mind is, I retest on Friday. So let me surrender, I retest on Friday. So I came up with, I can shift this, and I can shift this, and I can shift this, and I can shift this. And then I talked to my friends that know different things. And I said to them, this is what I get. What do you think? And they gave me their intellectual feedback. So I used all of that, got my mind in order, felt my mind comfortable, and then I moved to surrender to my emotional body. So it was a game of going and becoming aware, pacifying my mind. And then after I pacified my mind, I went to my emotions and I said, okay, we decided. And then every time the emotion came up, I would then say, hey, we already went through this, and we decided we're going to do X, Y, and Z, and it felt rational. Do you want to change any of those steps? And then my mind said no. Then I said, okay, then we're going to surrender. And so it was like lifting weights. You know, we talk about that we're bench pressing, or we're doing curls, or working on the triceps or whatever, and we're muscling. So I would have conversations with myself, talking about the logic, what we came to, what we agreed to. Talk to myself in plural, you guys. I hope you're not laughing too much there. And then said to the emotional body, hey, we decided on that. Is there anything more than you want? And the emotional body is like, oh yeah, I forgot. Okay. And then I keep doing that until I surrendered. And you know, now that you bring it up, that simmering part of water, I'm aware of it there, but I'm like, no, you're doing the things that you decided. Surrender me now. So Gary, it's the muscling. That's sort of the muscling, and it's focusing your mind and focusing your emotional body by honoring it. And then focusing it. Hey, we already went through this. We went through da 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 da. We have our emergency plan. We have our tactical plan. We have our strategic plan. Oh, emotion, don't worry. We've got this. We've got that. Gary, how does that feel? Yamina, do you think clinging to the past comes from the fear of the void? Whew, I think, Yamina, it depends. Clinging to the past comes from fear. Comes from worthiness. It comes of lack of freedom. It comes from lack of being happy. So, and it comes from, so you could call it fear, you could call it anxiety, you could call it a lot of different things. And what I've learned is everybody will articulate it differently. But to me, it comes from not accepting that we are conditioning, we're still attached to our conditioning. During my spiritual journey, it was really interesting to watch me go, and I talked about it early on. I talked about the crawling to the falling to the whatever. So victiming and blaming and hurting and paining, and then recognizing, oh, this is just what teaches us. And then I truly hold it from a place of compassion, like truly. Like sometimes on these inspirations, someone will say something really bad, and I'm like, fantastic. And then I'm like, wow, but now how did you really say it? But I really felt it, because I felt like if you're able to share it in such a medium, it means that you're on such a journey to heal it, to let go of it, to surrender from it, to be free of it. So, Yamina, clinging to the past comes from not feeling worthy, free, and worthy and happy. And different conditioning has different reasons to cling, because you're learning to calibrate in different levels to those three. And together we want to let go or become aware, acknowledge, appreciate, and then let go to surrender. Andrea, that bit went right over me. Can you please unravel it a bit? I think that was the bit that I was talking about now I don't even remember what I was talking about. Can someone remind me what I was talking about? I remembered it and then it just went. Andrea, I might not tell you a bit about it, but I know that it did go. Oh, it was about the vibration. Was it about the vibration that I was talking? Tell me what I was talking about. Steve, language is very different to the vibe. It might be what Steve's talking about, the vibration. I was made to be responsible for other people's actions, responses, their thoughts, their feelings, their behaviors, and character. All of it. What's the vibration? What's the vibration? Steve, I'll have to ask you, what do you think you're meant to learn? My lens is different than your lens and where you are. My lens, from what you're saying, seems to me that it's about you recognizing that you are power. Steve, you are unconditional, infinite power. I see your power. I see your power. Do you see your power? Are you connected to your power? That's what your conditioning has brought you up with. Any conditioning that represses the person that you are is there for you to reignite and calibrate with the truth of who you are. Steve, your journey has showed that you've seen people that are not at their best to help you come to your best. Yes, your power. Let me ask everybody, are you connected with your power? Do you know of your power? Do you see and feel your power? Give me hearts, give me words. Mari, when you're able to overcome many life difficulties, both the new anxiety, funk, is an everyday struggle that it's here to stay and not going to be able to overcome. Yeah, Mari, there is a transition from overcoming to still being comfortable being with that discomfort. And that's part of the journey that we're talking about. So Earth School, I have a meditation coming out soon about Earth School. And you in that is talking about it, there's a journey and recognize wherever you are in the journey. And if you've overcome the difficulties, but you still have that connection to it, that's okay. Part of your journey, part of you muscling through to connect and be connected with it. So Mari, tell me how that feels. Yamina feels her power. Andrea feels her power. Valerie sees it but doesn't feel it. Okay, fantastic. I'm glad that you see it. You see it, but you're not feeling it. Okay, fantastic. Steve, I don't even really know what that really means-ish. You mean choice? I mean power. I mean that you know that just like all of us, that we're here to connect with who we are. And that who we are is a powerhouse. Nancy, I'm reclaiming my power. See where I've given some more away. Perfect. That we've given it away. Perfect. Nancy said it beautifully for me. I see where I've given some away. I've given a lot away. I've given so much of my power away. And guess what? I am claiming it and claiming it and claiming it back. And I love people that celebrate it. And I notice those that are threatened by it. Little old me. Little old wee me. I say that. It's not true. Because I'm connected with my power. And I'm connecting more and more and more and more with my power. And that's part of our human journey. Scary. Sometimes I'm not sure if I do or not. Okay, fantastic. And then I want you to see when you are sure and connect with that surety when you know. Mari, the rigid mind wants to overcome it and feel the power of will. Beautiful. And Mari, what I want you to do is let go of that rigid mind and accept it and let go. There's resistance in there. So see that resistance on the resistance. So the rigid mind wants to overcome it. So there's a few layers of resistance in there. And what we want to do is let's just sort of like surrender that resistance and let go of that resistance. And then connect with the power of not your will, because you don't have to fight it. It's the power of the truth of who you are. When I've been speaking today, have you all felt truth? How about if I ask the question differently? Today, as I've spoken, have you felt truth? Sporty Jen, I have great strength, power, determination when it's fueled with anger, I think, but I can't look at it with honesty. It feels bad because I get so angry. That's fantastic, Sporty Jen. If your anger needs to come out because you've always been repressed and you felt like you can't exercise it without being repressed, so it comes out in anger, which is fine for you to start to learn to it until you can come to it from a place of being neutral. So that's just see that as a perfect part of your human journey, because if you can express it, it's better than not expressing it. So I actually like your answer for the story I know of Sporty Jen. Does that make sense? Yamina, the power to be authentic, honest, unapologetic, and transparent. Beautiful, Yamina. Beautiful. Beautiful. So I'm seeing yeses that you could see that I'm speaking truth. So if you can see that I'm speaking truth, then you're aligned with your power. You're just distorted it to seeing it through me. But if you can see that I'm speaking truth, then you're connected to your truth. So Steve, do you hear truth when I speak my truth? Kim, I agree with Yamina. And Yamina said the power to be authentic, honest, unapologetic. And unapologetic for me, Yamina, I want to replace that word. I wanted to the first time, but I didn't say what. I didn't say it. I want to replace it to, I don't even think I want to replace it. I just want to get rid of it because it's authentic. It's authentically me. The power to be authentic, honest, and transparent. Are you willing to get rid of the unapologetic? Because to me, unapologetic is sort of, there's a resistance and you're like, I don't care. But I don't even want to see that a resistance. I want you to glow because you want to glow. You want to glow. Yamina, you're true to yourself, Manal. That's why I'm enjoying listening and learning from you. Fantastic. So if you can hear my truth, then you're connected to your truth. English is my third language. Yamina, you wouldn't even know, and you have a beautiful name. My grandma's name was Amina. Get rid of the Y, and there you got my grandma's name, Amina. It's a beautiful name, Yamina. Beautiful, beautiful. So Steve, do you feel my truth? Do you hear my truth? Gary, do you hear my truth? And I'm going to say to you guys, I'm going to answer you do, because you come here regularly. You're not your first time. It's not your first time with me. So you know and hear the truth. It resonates with you, which means you're connected with your inner power. So Gary, Steve, everybody that said that they're not sure, are you willing to say, oh, wow, true. If I can hear truth, that means I'm connected to truth, and that truth is my inner power. How is that? Do I hear your truth, huh? Steve, what do you hear when I speak? And everybody, what do you hear when I speak? What do you hear when I speak? What do you hear when I speak? I'm going to tell you what I feel when I speak. I feel truth. I feel, okay, Andrea, I come back at 4 a.m. as I totally resonate. I feel resonance. Nancy, your truth. Passion, beautiful. Mari. Yamina, personal power, wonderful. Gary, truth. Steve, many things. Okay, I want to hear many things. I want to hear what many things means. Rebecca, I hear your spirit. Beautiful. Authority and knowledge. Beautiful, Margot. So everything that everybody is saying, you see it and hear it in yourself. Okay? I want you to resonate with that. Kim, I've often apologized when I shouldn't have in order to avoid your arguments. Beautiful, Kim. Are you willing to let that go? Valerie, wisdom. Beautiful. Beautiful. So Valerie connects with her wisdom. Jaya, accuracy. Beautiful. I love that word. Clarity. I like the word clarity too. Java. Beautiful. Accuracy. So Java, you are an accurate person. You are connected with your accuracy. Margot, you're connected with your authority and knowledge. Rebecca, you're connected with your spirit. Steve, I want to know what your many things are. It's exactly, Steve, you're so complex. There are many things that you're hearing. You're so deep and complex. Gary, truth, you're connected with your truth. Yamina, you're connected with your personal power. Mari, you are connected with your passion. Andrea, you are connected with resonance. Resonance. Okay? Steve, well, you know, I kind of speak or express in acronyms or metaphors. Okay, Steve, I want to hear what you hear. I want to hear what you hear. What do you feel? What do you feel? Because what you feel is what you have in you. What you have in you. And I know, Steve, that you have such personal power. You have strong power. Strong power. And your journey here is for you to feel it and to align it. And we'll keep putting in those little, you know, when you bowl and you have those things along the side, what are those called? So the ball doesn't go in the gutter. What are those called? Those are called, what are those called, guys? Somebody help me. What are they called? Gutter something. Whatever it might be. We have them along the sides so we can keep letting you boom, 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 the ball bounce in so you can see that you are gutter balls. No, the walls that come up. Okay, gutter balls. No, guys, I'm talking about the guards. Yes, the guards, the gutter guards. So, Steve, we see it, the bumpers. Gary, exactly. You see it, and then boom, we're going to cut up those bumpers and those gutter guards. So your ball, we're going to keep saying, no, we see your power. We see your power. You see your power. We see your power. I see your power, Steve. I see your power. So what do you see in me? What do you see in me? Yamina, it took me 11 years of inner joy and pain to find my personal power. Fantastic. It doesn't matter how long it takes. We're going to let go. We're going to let go of time and recognize it's all going to come at a time that's for your highest good. It's going to untangle at a time that's best for you. It is going to come when it's meant to come. We are going to unwrap, and if we're going to be unwrapping till the day we die, it doesn't matter because we're unwrapping the gifts. It's all layers of gifts and gifts and gifts. We'll keep unwrapping. It's all beautiful. It's all beautiful. Yes? Yes? Yamina said, I mean, inner journey. That's beautiful. I think I knew. Took me 11 years of inner journey and pain to my personal power. Beautiful. Beautiful. So was it worth it? Steve, well, what do you see? No, Steve, I've already told you what you see. You have to tell me what you see. You need to tell me what you see because I know that that's in you. Yamina, now I see everyone as powerful. I see everyone as powerful too. And I see everybody as beautiful. And I love humans. I love people. I love how everybody has something unique that makes them so unique and interesting. I love everybody's journey. I love everybody's story. I love everybody exactly where they are. And I just love it. I love life. I love that we're here. I love that we chose to be here. I love that we get to be here. I love that we get to grow and learn. I love that some people can be like compasses for other people to help us recognize that anything is possible. I love that anything is possible. I love looking at the world and looking at life and looking at what's going on and recognize that heaven is here on earth. I love to see that everything is possible and heaven is here on earth. I love to see how people can live and know that we all can live that way. And I love to know that if everybody isn't living, it's because it's conditioning and that they're here to teach and to grow and to learn and that it's okay and that it's okay. I love that Kim says I have a new hairstyle and she loves it. Thank you. It's getting long. It's getting long. Thank you, Kim. I love that we're human. I love that small things matter and that we're willing to go and get deep and that big things matter. I love that we can laugh. I love that we can sing. I love that we can cry. I love that we can grow. I love that we can have so many rainbows of feelings, of expression. I love that I hate to be angry and sad, and I'm starting to recognize that it's actually a power. I love that I recognize that maybe a year or two ago, I thought that I was so spiritual and on this journey, and I recognize even that judgment was broken because we're continuing to grow and expand, and that I don't need to be anywhere. I just need to love where I am. And I love that I know that now. I love that I've stopped looking outside of me to measure myself, and that I just can now just look within myself, and that it feels really good. I love that I know that tomorrow I'm going to be better than I am today, even if I'm sad or even whatever happens tomorrow, because I'm on a growth and expansion, and I keep growing. And I know it's not a line, it's not a singular line. I know it's like this because we're human. I know, and it's just fantastic. Steve, nothing. If you see my power, any sense of it, love to know. I do not know what you see. Steve, I see your power. I see that you know truth. I see that your desire to get out and be free is so strong, that you've had conditioning that is so powerful in your early days to really help you get beyond it. That I know that once you get beyond the stage that you are, that there is so much intense freedom and worthiness that you have to experience, and that the taste and the pleasure of it is going to be beyond. I know that you have been a conduit for the growth for all of us, and that we continue to get to see and recognize that the human journey is marvelous and beautiful. I see that you are powerful, and I see that you're not connected and recognizing your power, and that part of that is part of your power. Part of your power. I see you as power. Gary, you look good even as Evil Manel. She didn't really come out too much today. She's been good. She's been hidden. Except my poor son. You know, it's funny because whenever he would he's a good kid. He's always been such a good kid. And he's number 3, so I learned to be so much more chill. But all of a sudden he would start to have poor behavior. And then I would pull out this the sheriff is back in town. And the sheriff would be boom, 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 putting in boundaries. And she'd be really tough. And I'm like, you know what? The sheriff is back in town. Because the sheriff needed to be in town. And so what's funny about it isn't that the sheriff would come in town. And she came in, I think, a few months ago or something, because the sheriff needed to be in town because there was too many video games. He wasn't monitoring it as well on his own. But what's so funny is that he had to write a composition for school the other day, and memories from him being younger. And one of the things he wrote down is about the sheriff being in town. So it's funny. So I see that the sheriff is going to stay with him for a lifetime. The sheriff. Oh, my beautiful. Yes, the sheriff. She was wonderful. Yamina, it is just your old idea about you, Steve. We have been all there. We've all been there. We have all been there. And Steve has had such intense conditioning to take him there. Such intense. And some people who have had your conditioning, Steve, might not even choose to be here. They might choose to continue to go and to go down a different route that would be valid for what they, and I use valid with quotes, for the journey that they had, but you choose to be here. So there is truth that you see, and truth that you know, and truth that you are. And I honor you, and I believe in you, and I see you, and I love you, and I'm just so here for you to align with the power and the truth that I see in you. Steve, got that? Rebecca, I've heard something you said that I'm not sure I understood. It is an important thing for me to understand. Rebecca, go ahead. What is that you're going on there? When I see something in someone, is that the thing in me or in them? I see photos that someone took and I find the photo so beautiful. Is that in me or in them? Beautiful. Rebecca, it's in you. It's in them, but we could only see what's in us. So when you see something in another person, there was an exercise that I did at some sort of retreat, that you would compliment people, and then what you recognize is what I see in you is what I see in me. And it was so intriguing because it was true every single time, that what I saw in them And then I turn around and I recognize it was the things in me that maybe I hid or I wouldn't recognize, but it was the thing in me. It's just became one of the powerful things. What I see in you is what I see in me. And so you would actually, we didn't know when we were doing the exercise and complimenting, Mike, and then we complimented Lisa, and then we complimented Vicky, then we complimented Susan, then we complimented Brenda. We went and complimented boom, 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 boom. And then we were taught what you see in them is what we see in myself. And then you heard them compliment you because they had to compliment. And it was so fascinating to see what they complimented in you. You could see that in them. And what you complimented in yourself is what you actually, that you honor and that you love, that you might have it repressed, but it's in you, because in you can only see what's in you. Beautiful, beautiful. Rebecca made me cry. I never knew that. Yes, Rebecca, we always have to cry during the inspirations. Gary hasn't cried yet, and I haven't cried yet, so it's still not an inspiration, but you have cried, so you made it a full inspiration. We are complete because somebody has cried. Is this the first tear? Is this the first tear? There has to be tears during the inspiration. Thank you, Rebecca, for crying. It's early we're at an hour and 20 minutes. The only reason I know the time is it's right here in front of me. I can't avoid it. I wouldn't actually hold the time right in front of me, but Insight Timer has it, boom, right here. So I can't beat it. So it's not too early. Okay, wow, that really resonates with an understanding I made a few years ago that usually what you say to someone else is actually meant for yourself, that our ears are behind our mouth so we can talk to ourselves. Wild. Yes, Kate, it's so wild, so wild, so wild. Valerie, I love this so much. And yes, Stephanie saying yes, and I don't even know what you're saying yes to. Oh, seeing the resonance of somebody. Steve, you get killed for the truth. Honey, truth, no lie. Steve, okay, hold on. Okay, you know what? Let's all take 3 deep breaths. And release. And everybody, while you're taking these breaths, I want you to be really purposeful about letting go of all of the energy that you were carrying that you haven't realized that you let go of. Okay, so we're going to take another deep breath. And Steve, what I want you to do is let go of the illusion that you are not connected to truth. I'm going to call it an illusion. Will you go along with me, Steve? Everybody take a deep breath in. Indulge here. I call it the gap. And release all of the resistance you connected with, everything. And if you're aware of anything physical that you're carrying, Gary, what you talked about, your concerns with your test, any body part, just let it all go. Let go. Stephanie, really enjoying the session. I love the way you connect with everyone. Stephanie, I love you being here, and I love that butterfly on the nose of that kitty cat. We're going to take a 3rd deep breath in. Indulge in the gap. And everybody let go of any resistance, and everybody let go of all illusion of being disconnected from the truth of who we are, our inner power, our lack of worthiness, and our lack of happiness, love, or joy. I think Gary's crying, but I'll quit it. Too late. Fantastic. We got Gary in tears. Fantastic. Okay, fantastic. Okay, how's everybody feeling? How is everybody feeling? How is everybody feeling? How are we all feeling? I'm feeling fantastic. Yamina, I feel good. Fantastic. How is everybody feeling? Are there any comments that I missed anywhere? I gave up on scrolling. Manal, I have a question unrelated to the topic maybe. Valerie, everything is related to the topic. Go for it. And we didn't really talk about the future yet. We just talked about the past. But go ahead, Valerie, you go for it. Steve, not for me, but resonate like the A string on a guitar. Steve, it doesn't matter where you are on your journey and where you're unwrapping. Just come in and love and feel the love and feel the energy. And when you're ready to shift, you will shift and shift and shift and shift. And your shift is going to be boom, explosive when you're ready. And I realized one thing I've learned from these inspirations is not to push, but to let people be where they're ready to be. And so what I would ask you, Steve, is to invite when you're ready to shift. Invite what you're meant to let go. Invite the awareness that you should be receiving. Just invite it. Don't resist. Don't push. Just invite. So Steve, can you invite for me? Can you invite? Andrea, part of me wants to go back to sleep, but I don't want to miss anything. Oh, Andrea, Valerie, do you feel when people are being ingenuine? Yes, Valerie, I feel. Like if you're asking Manal, or are you asking we? Are you asking we? For Manal, yes, Manal has a really, really, really strong feeling body. I've always thought that we all do, but then I realized when I started maybe 5-7 years ago that that it might be unique to me, but I feel energy. And I can feel when people are feeling things, and I can feel shifts. So a lot of time when I do my coaching, I know when things are shifting because I actually can feel the release. So I do have a very strong empathetic body that, yes, Valerie, I can feel the resistance, and sometimes I can feel what the resistance is saying, so I can connect and understand. So that's one of my gifts, is the feeling and understanding. And so Valerie, why are you asking? Are you asking about you, if you can feel? Steve, if it's secret, I mean like literally. Okay, perfect. Make it secret, but I want you to secretly invite the shift. I want you to secretly invite. Valerie, beautiful. Okay, Valerie, tell me more. Why are you asking? What are you curious? Gary, mentally I feel strong. Worry, not so much. Fear still lingering. Okay, fantastic, Gary. Where is that fear? Let's play the game. Who wants to play the game? Do not overindulge, but let's play the game. Gary, where do you feel? And everybody that is feeling anything, where do you feel it? So let's do it. Gary, where do you feel the fear? Sometimes I feel like these inspirations are tongue twisters. Gary and everybody, where do we fear the fear? Where? Let's do it. Yamina, beautiful. Fear of being different. And Yamina, you went to the mind too quickly. I want you to tell me where you feel it physically. Let's start with the awareness on the physical body. Mari, let's do it again. Beautiful. Rebecca, my breathing in my chest. Beautiful. Sporty Jen in her solar plexus. She always feels it. And the jaw. Fantastic. I feel today in my jaw. I feel resistance today in my jaw too. Valerie, I just thought about it when we did the breathing. I do feel like I can feel the other's energy too, and it's sometimes overwhelming. Beautiful. Then we're going to teach you how to build up on it. I thought maybe it's just because I'm analytical and I can understand what's happening, but I feel it. Beautiful. Valerie, we'll build you up so it becomes a strength, not a weakness. Andrea, fear of success. I want to feel where. Steve, in your heart. Fantastic. Steve, fantastic. Gary, Valerie, Manal can read me like a book. Valerie and Gary, be careful. Yamina, beautiful in your throat. Fantastic. Cassie, in my shoulder and jaw. Fantastic. My chest feels like it could burst. Beautiful, Sporty Jen. Okay, wonderful. So everybody's feeling it in your body. Now, see how I'm smiling? Mari, wonderful. Mari, is it Mary or Mari? Because you got it. Mari is 1 or Mary is 2. Mari is 1, Mary is 2. Mari is 1, Mari, okay, good. Valerie, my stomach and head lately. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so now that everybody feels it in your body, I want you to smile like I am because we're playing the game and that we're doing it to let go of resistance and that we know that we're playing. So I want everybody to smile. If it's not natural, don't. But the whole point is I want you guys to know that we're playing it, to let it go. Gary, wonderful in his head. Fantastic. Brandy, in my throat and stomach. Sometimes I feel like I'm going to puke. Fantastic, Brandy. It's strong. It wants to come out. And again, who can smile because we know we're playing a game? If you can't, it's okay. This is coming out naturally. But who can be excited that we're doing this? Who can do it not from a place of judgment and resistance, but, getting your blood taken? I'm so resistant. And once it starts to flow, I let go a bit. But because I'm like excited that it's coming. But I want you guys to be smile that we're doing it. Okay? Yamina, me. Fantastic. Steve, in my throat and my eyes. Fantastic. Fantastic. Sporty Jen, funny. I'm aware I'm smiling, but negating it with my foot, leg shaking. Fantastic. Do whatever you want to do. Valerie, I am right now, but often struggle with it. Okay, good. Today, I want us to know we're doing it. Okay, good. It's like a fun game. Exactly. That's when I talk about don't overindulge in it. Don't overindulge it. We want to become aware. Oh my God, I feel intense emotion. So Valerie was just asking me, I feel almost this emotion of like excitement of wanting to let go. It's like almost like we know we get to let go. So you guys, I can feel it. We're all doing the right thing. So now I want us to become aware of emotional. So we recognize what the physical is and we know we have the power to let it go. So I feel an intense relief. The sadness that I feel, it's not sadness. It's this intense relief that it's okay to feel. Okay, so see how I'm shifting? It's intense relief, and I'm going to tell you all, it is safe to feel. It's safe, and we're going to do it together. We are going to do it together. We're going to keep growing together, and we're going to keep expanding together. We're going to keep understanding together. We're going to keep loving and celebrating together, okay? So I want everybody to recognize the emotional feeling associated. So scary let us. I'm not going to forget. Sometimes I forget. I'm like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh, Andrea, you want me to explain that? No, I forget what I talked about. And then, boom, we're gone. Gary, fear. So Gary was talking about fear. So everybody, what is the emotion with this physical sensation that you're here? It's in my jaw. It's control. Who's surprised that I'm telling you guys that the resistance in here is control? How many times have I come on here and said, it's my jaw trying to control so everything's perfect? The recovering perfectionist. So I want everybody to recognize, what is that feeling? Gary is fear. Mine is control. Okay, go into it. If you want to share, I want to go into it. And then I don't mind, because if we deconstruct it and if you go into your mind now and you talk about what the thought is. Ina had it early on. I'm trying to fear of success. Andrea had it early on. She said fear of success. And I felt like Yamina said something, fear of being different. I was right. Yamina had fear of feeling different. So figure out what it is now. The emotion and what it is. Gary, it's easy. It's the fear of being sick. The fear of his body giving out on him. The fear of the results of the tests, which means that you're not well, right, Gary? Tell me what it all means. Steve, I think it's the fear of not being free, the fear of not being able to express, the fear of being seen, not being seen, okay? Rebecca, unworthiness. Rebecca, I can't find it. You just said it. What do you mean you can't find it? Unless the text came differently. Beautiful. Steve, the word faith as a like being. Beautiful. The fear of not being. Beautiful. 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 You guys, I already feel the resistance letting go. Beautiful. Yamina, if I am different, I will be alone. Beautiful, Yamina. Beautiful. She's coming down. That's what I want us to come to. The lowest common denominators, breaking it down. If I'm different, I'll be alone. So I can't be myself because I don't want to be alone. Beautiful. Yamina. I just called you Yamina. Yamina, you are beautiful. You are different. I am different. Gary's different. Steve's different. Sporty Jen's different. Sporty Jen is different. I think I already said that. Rebecca's different. We're all different. We are all different. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So you're different. You are different. We are different. We are different. So what does that mean about being alone? Are we together right now, Yamina? Are we together? Can we be celebrating our differences? Can we be celebrating our uniqueness? Can we be celebrating our authenticity? Can we be celebrating our unique inner power? Can we be celebrating each other? Yamina, tell me how that feels. Brandy, fear of true intimacy with others. Beautiful, Brandy. We all think we want intimacy, but we're actually fearful of it. And actually, Brandy, it means you're fearful of your own intimacy with yourself. Can you celebrate that? Feel that you desire probably connection, but you're fearful of it? You're fearful of it? Maybe because you've had loss in the past. Try to figure out where it's coming from. Huh? How is that? How is that? Brandy, that's a powerful awareness. I want you to keep working with it because I think you can keep going down a few more iterations. You may have had loss, and so you're scared to be connected with others. Steve says, wow, that's huge. Fantastic, Steve. You are powerful. Sporty Jen, I wish we could have a group hug. I crave connectedness. Okay, let's just do it. Let's do it. Let's have a group hug. Sporty Jen loves hugs. Let's have a group hug, everybody. Everybody just hug yourself and do a group hug. In our hearts, we can hug. Yes, let's hug in our hearts. Let's hug physically. Let's hug with emojis. Let's hug with hearts. Let's just hug. Steve, intimacy is okay as long as you don't touch me or talk to me or listen to me. Steve, I know humor comes from truth. I wonder how physical you'll be when we meet. Okay. Yep, I work so hard at being in good health and my inner freak goes and butchers my confidence. Scary, fantastic. There we go. So it's this, I'm strong, I'm healthy, I'm this. And then boom, your confidence and your worthiness is compromised. Celebrate it. Celebrate seeing the inner freak. Celebrate it. Celebrate it. I see the hugs coming in and there's a lot that we talked about. Thank you, Sporty Jen, for the group hug. Yamina, I don't have to fit in. Beautiful. None of us do. Yamina, none of us do. Rebecca with her beautiful flowers. Different is beautiful. Yamina, if I'm alone, I will not survive. Beautiful. Yamina, where are you going to take that? Where are we going to take that, Yamina? Yamina, you're lovely, beautiful. Rebecca. Sporty Jen is hugging everybody. Brandy, beautiful, lots of losses. Wonderful, Brandy. So you have not truly mourned your losses. Can you hold that? Can you hold that actually that fear of intimacy is actually a lack of really true honoring and recognition of your losses? And that's sort of what Sporty Jen is working on too. So you guys can love each other as you work through losses together. The word prosecution keeps coming up. Andrea, that's interesting. Can you go dig more? Can you dig more? Rebecca, so much love here. You bring it out in us, Manal. No, Rebecca, it's in all of you. Gary, I said that. You mean I'm actually in a new life now. Just keep one friend, my kids from the old life. Everyone is gone. Okay, beautiful. And then Yamina, instead of counting friends, let's just look for authenticity. I think you said the word earlier. You said authenticity and unapologetic. And I said, let's get rid of the unapologetic and just, you had two other words, I don't remember them, but I like them, but authenticity. Let's measure it by authenticity. Be you being authentic and the relationships that you have that are authentic, and they will continue. And there was a moment in my life that I too felt like everything disentangled and that everything I had was no longer reachable. And then I had to calibrate within. And then once I calibrated within, thump, 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 from everywhere resonated the connection and the authentic relationships that I so desired. So it's there. There's just sometimes when I remember crying once, I don't understand what's going, everything's re-breaking. Sometimes when we're rebuilding our home, we break down and then rebuild with stronger foundations. So it's okay. Just part of the humaning. Yamina, beautiful. When I stop people pleasing, everyone's gone. Beautiful. So Yamina, you figured out that you aren't going to be unconditional anymore. And that the relationships you're found is going to be authentic and unconditional. How is that? No longer you're going to be conditional. Stephanie, sorry, gotta go. Feel so connected. Thank you, beautiful Mel. So much love to you. You too, Stephanie. I hope to see you on Thanksgiving. It's going to be 30 minutes. It's going to be brief. We're just going to come on and love each other. We're going to get to this point. We're not going to work through a story. We're just going to come to the love, the appreciation, maybe do a 5-10 minutes of breathing or something, meditation, and then go and enjoy the thanks. Well, in America, it's Thanksgiving. Around the world, you guys could just love us while we eat our turkey or eat your turkey at the same time. You mean I actually enjoy my own company? You mean I'm beautiful? And at a point, I had to nest and just connect with mine own. So beautiful. So I want you to honor where you are. Beautiful. Brandy, I show up here because I'm aware of the fear and looking to reconnect. Healthy healing is my goal and understanding what that means for me. Brandy, are you getting it? Are you getting it, Brandy? Are you getting it? Beautiful Brandy. Okay, if you're always trying to be normal, beautiful. Randy says yes. I think that was a thumbs up. Beautiful. Okay. If you're always trying to be normal, you'll never know how amazing you can be. Maya Angelou. Beautiful. Okay. Also, everybody else is already taken. Only you can be you. Forgot the actual quote and author. Okay. Fantastically beautiful. Rebecca, in our hearts we can hug. I think Arbike, I think I'm caught up with all of these now. Yes, I feel that. I mean, I'm afraid of being alone. Valerie, beautiful. Beautiful. Now I am truly caught up in that. Beautiful. Being normal is boring. Beautiful. Fantastic. Okay. So everybody. So Gary, you led us to this. Do you feel that that fear is released? I don't think we finished feeling it. We're in our mind and then now let go. Now we can let go. So we've already talked about appreciation the whole, and we acknowledged what's in our mind and our bodies. So now we can let go. We can let go. Once we recognize the physical, we deconstructed the key lime pie. We looked at the physical, that's the crust, right? Then we looked at the emotion, which is the condensed milk. Then we looked at the mind, which is the lime. We didn't really look at our beliefs, but we did talk about beliefs because we talked about I am alone. So we did all three of these. We didn't break them out one by one. And then Gary, it's a sticky fear. Fantastic. Gary, just know that it comes up, that's your fear. That's your fear. And do you know, Gary, is it a fear of worthiness or not happy or love or fear of free? What is your fear? Is it a mix of all three of them? You just need to know that, oh, there's my inner freak and he's just playing with me until you keep muscling it and bustling it. And so it's probably all three. Fantastic. So just see it and don't indulge in him and don't just observe him. Like whatever he pops up, just observe him and say, oh, there, I see you. Acknowledge him. Don't bury him. So it's the not acknowledging that keeps him buried. But I see you. I see you. Not playing the game, but I see you. Oh, I see you and I recognize that you're teaching me X, Y, and Z. I appreciate you're guiding me towards ABC. I recognize that you're here as my teacher. And then you see it and you flip it to be positive and positive and positive. Good? Gary, does that feel good? Did everybody let go? Did we let go? Did we all let go? Everybody take 3 deep breaths. Let go as you like to let go. Let go as you like letting go. Beautiful. And Gary, that one's been with you for a long time. It's the one that just keeps coming up. This sort of self-doubt. Like everything's good, but then it's like, I sort of call it flavor of self-sabotage. Like, oh, I'm good. Oh, shoot, I need to worry about something. Oh, I'm strong. Oh, no, maybe you're not. It's like you've got this flavor and just see it for what it is. You call it that inner freak and just see it. How is that? How is that? Kim, you're not interrupting. I don't want to interrupt. Look at you. Look at you. But I have a suggestion for another time. How about perseverance in troubled times? I like that, such as moving on after divorce. I like that, Kim. I'm going to write that down in my handy dandy notebook. My handy dandy notebook, which is right beside myself. Fear is a teacher. It teaches us to be courageous. Just face it. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. I love that. I love that. Steve, mine is like fear of losing love or something, like a volcano. Feels like feels like no control. Yes, Steve, that is your thesis of not having control. I want you, when you see that, to start to see that cookie cutter of no control. So Gary just found his. sabotage. Boom, boom, boom. So Gary has a cookie cutter of sabotage, and it has different flavors. Sometimes he doubts himself. I'm sure, but I'm not sure. Oh, I shouldn't be happy today. Why am I feeling good? I should feel bad. Next day it feels bad. Then, oh, I feel strong and healthy, but then a test shows up. So Gary's got his, and it's like this cookie cutter of self-sabotage. Boom, 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 boom. And it comes out and it's in different ways. This is the value of coming in different ways, that we could start to see patterns in it. So I could start to see the patterns as well. So boom, boom, boom. Steve, you have a very strong cookie cutter of no control. Very strong cookie cutter of control. And I want you to see that cookie cutter. Boom, boom, boom. And start to see the cookie cutter. See. Taste. Do you guys taste it when I tell you to taste it? Or do you just think I'm crazy? Taste it. Do you guys taste it? Do you taste it? I want to know if you feel it. Perseverance. In troubled times. Am I a slow writer and do I read out loud? Moving on. After what? Moving on after what? Gary says exactly after. Moving on after what? Moving on after something. Okay, fantastic. Okay. Putting up my own concrete roadblocks. Yeah, beautiful. Moving on after putting up my own concrete roadblocks. I love it, Andrea. I love it. Yamina, I am fearless. Beautiful. And then Yamina, I want another word other than fearless, because I don't like fear in there. Every fear, a fear comes my way. I said, fantastic. I want another word other than fearless, because I don't even want fear in there. I am light. I am life. I am moving on after divorce. I'm sure we'll get a lot of people enjoying that one, Kim. Yamina, yes, I'm courageous. I am light. I am power. I am brave, but even brave, like, yes, Kim, sorry. Don't be sorry. We're here to heal. I don't usually use that word, but we're here to like grow and to learn and expand. And that's life. It's part of the life story. So it's fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. So did everybody let go? Because we were starting to do the 5 steps and then we didn't really finish. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry, Kim. Okay. Does everybody feel good? Did everybody let go? Did everybody see how easy it is to just honor? Emotional resilience is my goal. How about flow, Gary? I don't want you to be resilient, because resilient means that you're pushing, things are pushing about you. I want us all to, and I want everybody to say what you want. This is a good time for us to raise our collective vibration. Let's talk about what we want. We want, okay, I'm going to start. I'm going to lead to set the tone. I want us all to flow. To surrender. Kay and I said flow at the same time. Fantastic. Yamina, not more inner peace. Inner peace, period. Inner peace. Beautiful. Inner peace. Inner peace. Yamina, retype it, please, Yamina, and put in inner peace. I want surrender. Did I say surrender? I said acceptance, surrender, inner peace. Thank you, Yamina. Inner peace, joy. Beautiful, Andrea. I want to be my whole authentic self at all times. Beautiful. I want to radiate the truth of who I am. Everybody type that in. Radiate the truth of who I am. If that resonates with you. Valerie, this was an incredible inspiration again, Manal. I learned so much and I kept so much with my truth. I don't always feel it, but during these inspirations, I hear so much truth. I'm so grateful for you. Valerie, I'm so grateful for you. Yamina, new experiences. Beautiful. Change, that means change, which is wonderful. Gary, radiate. Beautiful. Radiate, radiate, radiate. And what are we radiating? Truth, light, love, worthiness, freedom, inner power, acceptance, surrender, trust, love, peace. Lemons, cats and butterflies, smiles and laughter. Sporty Jen, I'm going to read it and I'm going to encourage you to rewrite it. I want to be happy and free from suffering without fear. So rewrite that again, Sporty Jen, with just positive. Just what you want, not what you don't want in there. I just want what you want. I want to be happy and free. I want to be happy and free. And we have to get through what we don't want to get to what we want. I recognize that, but I just want us to calibrate to what our desires are. Yamina, I desire a relationship with an authentic man. Beautiful. And we only get in with an authentic man by being authentic. So I want to be authentic in connection to my authenticity and attract the most beautiful relationships. And I want a partner, an authentic man that can radiate his truth while I radiate my truth. And we can amplify our experiences together. Sporty Jen, Andrea, I can taste the key lime pie right now. Sporty Jen, I would just want to be happy to feel alive again. Brandy, thank you. The release is good and powerful right now. It's so relieving. Fantastic, Brandy. Wonderful. Happy and free. Gary agrees. Happy and free. Valerie, I want to feel connected and authentic and happy and light and free and love. All the things. Heart. Fantastic. Fantastic. Me too. I just want to express my truth. I want to be in alignment with who I am. I want to feel freedom. I want to feel worthiness. I want to feel love. I want to amplify my life experiences with other people that just want to just radiate their truth and their authenticity and their love. I want to have fun. I want to play. I want to laugh. I want to hold yourself back, guys. I want to sing. I want to sing. I want to sing joy. I want to sing love. I want to sing laughter. I want to sing happiness. I want to sing peace. I want to sing joy. I want to laugh. I want to laugh so freely. I want to laugh. Me too, Sporty Jen. How many episodes ago? Episodes again. I called it an episode. How many episodes again was it when we were just laughing? The whole inspiration was just laughter. Just laughter. Oh my God, I want to laugh. Andrea, can't wait to hear you sing. Yamina, I want to meet people who love to dance. Yes, I want to dance, and I want to dance freely. I'm going to say a resistant word, uninhibited, but that means freely. I just want to laugh free, dance freely with music and just coming through, and you just feel the vibration. Just feel the vibration. Brandy, I want all of that and share my crazy self. Yes, I want to be myself more and more. I've just been being free in myself on these Insight Timers, and I don't know if it's going to bite me, but I've just been free. I'm like, hey, this is me. This is me. Peace out. Drop the mic. It's Manal. Oh my God. Cynthia, when we say I want to feel, does that put out that then to some time in the future, which is not defined? Say, I am a singer, dancer, peacemaker. Yes, Cynthia. Yes, 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 yes. I do love wanting to sing your desires, but yes, ultimately it's like, I want to say, yes, I am. I am a singer. I want to, see now look at me going back to want to, but yes, I am a singer. I am a dancer. I am a peacemaker. I am a laugher. I am a laugher. I am a laugher. I'm a laugher. Sounds a bit funny. Yamina, well, I'm broadcasting my desires here. Normally I keep things to myself. Oh, fantastic. You're amazing, Manal. You are amazing. You are all amazing. You guys are all fantastic, and I love you all. And I love that you come with the desire to go in and to find the answers from within, and to look and take responsibility for the life that we're living, and to be present. And we didn't even talk about the future. So it looks like I need to create another inspiration that says, what was this one called? This one was called Moving from Living in the Past future. This was called From Living in the Past Future to Living in the Now, and we only talked about the past. So we should talk about the future. And I do really like about the future, and I feel like a lot of us are stuck to the future about wanting desires, which Cynthia called me out on. She's like, Manal, we just keep talking about the future. But I do love manifesting and creating, and we do have one about manifesting that I haven't scheduled that will be coming up soon. So I do love talking about the future, but not being conditional on the future, but dreaming and creating and manifesting for the future, and recognizing whether or not you're connected and you're only going to be happy when the future unfolds, or finding that happiness and contentment with now. So we will still talk about the future. Gary, beautiful. Future worry is a big problem. So the future does have its own sensations. And you guys didn't tell me if you taste, because I tell you guys to taste all the time. The wonderful flavor. And I think when I tell you to taste, it's because it honors it and it recognizes it for a layer, not being you. It recognizes it for a flavor and not being you, and not being attached to it, not being attached to the emotion, not being attached to the conditions, not being attached to the future or to the past, letting go of all that conditioning. Good, 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 good. Fantastic. Okay, I am feeling absolutely complete. How are you all feeling? Should I tell you about what's coming up in the future? In the future. Cynthia, I'm talking about what's coming up in the future. And with anticipation and excitement. Talking about the future with anticipation and excitement. Everybody feeling complete? Is everybody feeling complete? So in the future, so Thursday, we talked about it, 10 a.m. It's just a half an hour. It's going to be Thanksgiving appreciation, community, and meditation. So it'll be just a quick 30 minutes. We're all going to just love on ourselves. We are going to just love on each other. We're going to just tell each other how much we love each other, and how much we love life, and how much we're growing, and how much that it's interesting that a day sometimes reflects a mood, and it's wonderful, and we're going to do it on Sunday. Beautiful, Cynthia. You're so beautiful, and I love the excitement of the future too. Fantastic, Cynthia. Thank you. 11:28. Is that next Tuesday or Monday? It's you guys decide and tell me if it's Monday or Tuesday. Maintaining homeostasis in life. So how to remain calibrated despite what's going on outside of us. On 12/2, which is probably a Thursday, dealing with loss. We talked about loss today earlier. We talked about loss, and I think it was Brandy. Thank you, Steve. I think it's a Monday too. I think Tuesday there's a swim meet, so I couldn't do Tuesday, even though Tuesday is usually our days. So we talked about dealing with loss. And I think Brandy talked about it in Sporty Jen, but how to honor the loss so it's not feeling something we're nostalgic about. So we feel like there's something we're missing out in our current life. So I think with today, dealing with the loss will be very powerful. And then we have a bunch of topics that I have written down, which I haven't scheduled yet, but I'll schedule that. So that's what's coming up in the future. Join, attain your authentic life. Brandy, my pleasure. Steve, I saw that you did some amazing expansion today. I'm so happy. I hope you're happy. Tell me you're happy, Steve, even if you're lying to me. How terrible is that? Steve, tell me you're happy, even if you're lying to me. Don't lie to me, please. Don't have it on camera that I'm inviting somebody to lie to me. Steve, how are you feeling? You're laughing at least. You're laughing with the swimming. Yes, my swim meet. Yes, the evil Manal came out asking Steve to lie to her. Steve, lie to me so I can feel good. Tell me you're happy. Tell me true. Cassie, thank you for the donation. And I think Brenda gave one earlier that I saw and I didn't thank and I computed, but thank you. I think so. Steve says, okay, I'm happy, and he's crossing his fingers and laughing. Okay, how do you feel truly, Steve? Yamina, you have so much patience with Steve. Oh my God, I adore Steve. What are you talking about patience? There's no patience. There's just, he's amazing and he's got so much power. And Steve, how do you feel about me talking about you in the third person? But to give myself credit, I talk about myself in the third person all the time. Sing in an evil tone. Steve, be happy. Steve, tell me you're happy. Toxic positivity. You are happy. You are free. Okay, guys, you're all happy. You're all free. Drop the mic again for the second time. There's nothing else we need to know, but you're happy. Okay, guys, you're happy. No other conversation. I don't want to hear about pain. I don't want to hear about fear. Just be happy. It's funny because one of my videos that I did is how to be happy, and in 10 easy steps. It's on, you guys know, Cynthia, yes, I'm happy, so happy in all caps. So she's screaming it at us. And I thought it was like, oh my God, this is so amazing. And 10 easy steps to happy. And I learned so much that people don't want to be happy, and not in a bad way. But if you're not ready, like if you're holding on to things, you're not ready. And I got so many comments that said, what the heck? I don't even care about happy. I don't want to be stressed. I don't want to be anxious. And I almost felt like I was disconnected from reality with that one, and not really seeing, what is it called when you're blind? Like that, I felt like truly like ooh, Manal, like really with all of the comments that I had received on it, I realized that tone deaf is what I was trying to say, that I felt like I was a bit tone deaf with some of the comments. Like there were so many that was like, this is fantastic, this is so easy, but it was really easy to see where somebody is on the vibrational scale where that didn't resonate, and it wasn't what people would want to hear. So I try to have everything for everywhere we are on the vibrational scale, but I realize that happy, even using the word happy and love, if you're not on that right vibrational scale, you don't even want to know how to get there. So it's interesting. It's interesting. Yamina, your energy is contagious, Manal. I love you. I love you, Yamina. I love you. And every time I say your name, I hear my grandma's name. Amina, Yamina, Amina, Amina. Yamina. I'm in the cold Netherlands. I love warm people. Yes, it's gotten a cold run here on the East Coast, and it's crazy. Gary, run. It's Manal. He's got evil Manal there. I don't know if that's a fox or what he's got, the evil Manal. Wonderful. Steve, there's a little heartache, trauma, kind of live over and stuff, but I'm here. Fantastic. Steve, we are just going to keep muscling through it, and I really don't care how long it takes, as long as you keep coming and keep wanting to take off those wrappers. We don't need to get to anywhere but better. That's it. And awareness, anywhere than better. Today, your awareness was fantastic. And when you're ready to make small shifts, you'll make them. When you're ready to make give shifts. And that's not just for Steve, that's for all of us. That's for all of us. We are where we are, and we'll be where we are until we are where we're not. Andrea, how confusing was that? Andrea, I'm dying to go to New Zealand, and I'm dying to go to Australia as well. Those are two I haven't made it to yet. And I know they're beautiful. And living and growing up in Vancouver, a lot of New Zealanders and Australians would come to Whistler and Vancouver and party and enjoy themselves. So I just love the culture of the people. I hear too, Valerie, I hear New Zealand is beautiful. I'd love to go to Australia as well. Yes, I'd love to visit New Zealand. It's on my bucket list. Okay, maybe we all go together. Maybe we have a live in New Zealand. People happy, not happy. Yeah, Steve, and happiness, it's just subjective anyway. We just want to be in alignment and be with our truth. And I think that's a better way to say it than happy. That's right. I know I've noticed this too. I get it, but don't. Geography has a bit to do with it, I think. Yeah, I mean, you'll get it until you get it. You won't get it till you get it. And then you're like, I can't believe I didn't get it. Like, oh, now I get it, but I didn't believe I didn't get it. That's just how it is. That's just how growth is. I remember in kindergarten, I was trying to learn how to tie my shoelaces. And it was really hard until it wasn't. It was really hard until it wasn't. And that's the truth with everything. It's really hard till it's not. Really hard till it's not. Really hard until it's not. Let's go with that one, guys. Things are really hard till it's not. And what we want to do is to get to the not. Get to the it's not. Not it's not, but it's not. How many elementary school jokes for us all to end up with a laughter? Okay, guys, I feel amazing. I think I've already done this. Yamina and everybody new, come to Attaining Your Authentic Life, or anybody that wants to. I know that some don't want to because it's not part of the vibe that you want in what you're doing now, but if you want to keep the conversation alive, come to Attaining Your Authentic Life. Steve says, thanks, M. He didn't say evil M. He's not like Gary Coops pointing out that evil M exists inside and that she likes to come out. She'll try to stay away for Thanksgiving. Evil M. Please guys, don't tell my son about the dishwasher thing. Let's keep it between us, all of us. Brandy, yes, I love this. Fantastic, fantastic. Well, you're all brilliant. I really, really, really enjoyed today. I really, really enjoyed everybody here. Yamina, today is my first day here and I love it. Fantastic. Well, keep coming, keep coming. Tell all your loved ones and I think what we're doing, look at me, I think what you did, you made me write a lot. That's funny. I made you, Mina. Gary, yes, I know you love Evil M. I'm sure those kids are perfect. Which kids, Steve? Which kids? So this is what we're doing. We're recalibrating and we're creating new truths. The truth is we're humans. We are humans. We are humaning. Humaning is a wonderful part of the human experience. And we're empowered. And we're empowered to find and calibrate to our worthiness, our freedom, and our love. And we're going to do it with fun and play and laughter and singing. Yours, yes, my 3 kids, they're perfect. I'll remember that when I go to sleep, Steve, that they're perfect. My 3 kids are perfect. I will remember that. Don't forget I'm human, and they are perfect. Evil laugh. I love kids. I do love my kids. I do have truthfully, I have truly amazing kids. I'm very, 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 very blessed. They are amazing, and I love them. I love them. They're from me. They're of me. I absolutely adore my 3 children. I do. And I do. Steve, that means your inner kids are perfect. Exactly. His inner baby is wonderful. The Amina, they're lucky to have a mother like you. Thank you. And I feel so lucky to be surrounded by all of you. And I feel lucky to have love and to be loved and to be loved and to love and to love each other and to be here. Steve, I love the kids, most of them. Ha ha, Steve, ha ha. We're going to pull out the love. We're going to pull out the love in you unconditionally, unlimitedly. Fantastic. Okay, guys, I'm feeling complete. I see all the hearts. I love the hearts. I love the hearts. I love the flowers, the butterflies, the cats, the smiles, the flowers, the people, the radiance, the light, and the presence of our inner being and the beauty of who we are. So I hope to see you all on Thursday. I thank you for everybody's beautiful participation in everything we do. And I will see you all soon. My love, always.